Jody here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, on my channel I talk about Broadway books and television. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving a spoiler-free review on the latest book that I have read. As per usual in my spoiler-free book reviews, I go over certain things, such as what the book is about, if I've read from this author before or not, my thoughts on the book, my star rating, and if this is a book I would recommend reading. So without any further ado, let's get on to today's spoiler-free book review, and that would be for the book You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. So You'll Be the Death of Me is about Ivy, Mateo, and Cal, who used to be the best of friends, but at some point, their friendships with one another slowly began to fizzle out. Over the years, Ivy, Mateo, and Cal have seen one another from time to time, and while none of them harbor any resentment or hard feelings towards one another about no longer being friends, they also aren't overly eager to catch up or to reconnect whenever they do see each other. It is until today, when they all happen to be in front of school before classes begin at exactly the same time. This time, though, when they see each other, they actually stop and start to talk. After talking for a bit, they decide to ditch school and spend the day together. They leave school behind, having their sights set on the city. But their fun quickly comes to a full stop when they come face to face with a fellow classmate who has been murdered. Suspicions as to who killed their classmate quickly turn to Ivy, Mateo, and Cal, the three students who ditched school for the day. At one point in time, Ivy, Mateo, and Cal knew everything there was to know about each other. But it's been years since they've been friends, and in that time, they've all changed. They all have secrets now, secrets the others don't know. Only once they find themselves having to prove their innocence that they realize how they don't know each other at all anymore. Suspicions increasingly growing on the three former friends, Ivy, Mateo, and Cal to wonder if each other is really as innocent as they claim to be, and start to question if they can really trust anything that their old friends say to be true. The first book by Karen M. McManus that I read, and I'd definitely be interested in reading from this author again. As far as the next book by this author that I would want to read, it would be The Cousins. So now for my thoughts. Overall, I like this book, but there was one thing about the book that I felt lacked in keeping it from being an edge-of-your-seat mystery thriller. So first I'll talk about what I liked about the book, and then what I thought could have been better. The characters were well written. You get to hear personally from all three main characters. Each chapter is told from the perspectives of either Ivy, Mateo, or Cal, on and off throughout the whole story. I liked how the author wrote the story in this way because you really got to learn about who Ivy, Mateo, and Cal were individually, really getting to understand who these characters are, as well as their points of view on the time when they were friends, what broke up their friendships, and how they've all changed since that time. I also thought the book was well written. The story was one that was very easy to follow along to and read. There were never any dull or boring moments throughout the story. I also thought the pacing of the story was well done, where the story was always moving forward, never standing still. The reason for all of that was thanks to the author's great writing. What I thought could have been better. While I thought the pacing of the story was well done, I never found myself so invested in the story that I was on the edge of my seat when reading the book. And despite thinking that the twists and turns in the book were overall good, I, at the same time, wasn't overly shocked or surprised by them either when they were revealed. My thoughts on the book, now for my star rating. At the end of the day, this was a very fun and entertaining mystery thriller that kept your attention with the turn of every page. And while the book did have its flaws, there was enough about it that I liked to still make it an enjoyable read. With all that being said, my star rating for You'll Be the Death of Me was 4.5 stars. Now for my recommendation. I would say if you like the television series Pretty Little Liars and you're looking for a book to read that has the same feel as that show, I would highly recommend You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. I would also recommend You'll Be the Death of Me to read if you're looking for a quick, fun mystery thriller to read in between books when you're not really sure what to read next. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope I helped you discover a new book today along the way as well. And until next time, bye.